Hey everybody, welcome back again to Women Carry Knives. What are we taking a look at today? Well, I had a company reach out to me, and many of you have probably heard of them, Avian Knives. And they asked me if I was interested in, okay, first of all, I'm going to apologize. I'm outside. It's pretty windy out here. There's a lot of pollen and stuff flying around, so you might see some shit flying on my table. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. So back to it, Avian Knives, they asked me if I wanted to take a look at the Topaza. I looked it up, or Topaza. I looked it up and I said, yes, absolutely. I am so incredibly happy that I was able to get this knife, to get it in hand, to be able to use it. Now, I've had it for a little while. I have not had a chance to review it yet. If you guys go over to my husband's channel, Therapeutic Edge, he actually got his review up already. Again, like I said, I am so beyond happy with this knife. This is probably one of my new favorites right now. So let's take a look at this. This is one of the lightest knives that I've had in a while. It is so light. Why is that? Well, let's start off here. This is called an ISO grid, and this was originally designed for NASA for spacecrafts and rockets. And they use this because it has incredible durability. I'm trying to think of the word. Incredible durability, but it is uber lightweight, which is just awesome. This knife has this gorgeous blade. It is Magna Cut. And for those of you that are, and it's dirty because I was using it today, it's Magna Cut. For those of you that are wondering about blade hardness, this is actually 62 on the scale. So that is pretty awesome. This is, I mean, light, user-friendly, super, super durable. All right, let's go over a couple of bit of measurements here. So your blade is going to be just a little bit over 3 inches on a cutting edge. So you're looking at just over 3 1/4. Actually, about just shy of 3 1/4 if you go to the handle. But your actual cutting edge is right at 3 inches. Now you do have like a little sharpening choil there. So if you do sharpen it, you're still going to stay within that 3 inches. And I'm telling you, the blade thickness on this, and this video is absolutely not going to do it justice, is 9/100ths of an inch. 9/100ths. That's nuts. It is so... Okay, so I'm going to have to tell you, this is absolutely my knife, and here's why. When I first got it, and I pulled it out of the box, I actually cut myself. Because it is like a freaking chef's knife. I mean, the precision on the sharpness of this thing is just insane. Absolutely insane. You got this beautiful flat grind on this. Like I said, just a hair over 3 inches in a cutting edge. This thing is like a freaking guillotine, a scalpel. I don't even know. It is so freaking sharp. It is awesome. This is a frame lock. Let's see if I can get that a little bit closer for you guys. It is a frame lock, okay? And it does have a steel insert. The pivot on this is going to be bearings, and that's what makes it incredibly smooth. You can see how well centered that is too. You've got a nice low profile flipper tab here. So you can do, for those of you that like to flick it out, you can do that. It is very, very smooth. If you choose not to do it that way, you can use this nice low profile flipper tab. And incredibly, incredibly smooth. So I do like you have the two options. You can use the thumb hole, if that's what you want to call it. I don't really know if I want to call it a thumb hole. It's kind of small. But you can flick it, and that was a nice little fill. Loving it. Or you can use a flipper tab each, and that makes it really easy for me because, and I'm going to repeat this every time, I have arthritis in my thumbs, and there's times where it is so hard for me to flip a knife with thumb studs. It's got to be really smooth or I cannot do it. So this one is very smooth. It does give me the ability to play with it, and I have a blast with it. I absolutely love it. It is a tip up, So for those of you that like tip up knives, which is what I prefer, I don't understand tip down. I'll never carry a tip down. I can't do a tip down, and it makes no sense to me. So this is tip up. You have a very good retention on this pocket clip, and it's funny because I carried this thing for probably 2 weeks straight, and I have absolutely thrashed my pocket, but that's good because I know it's not coming out and I don't have to worry about it. Is it a deep carry clip? No, not really. Let me see if I can find a paper. Let's see. Let's use, oh, I thought he was going to hand me money. He's handing me a business card, darn it. All right. So you can see you are a half an inch out of pocket. Now, because of the length, and if we take a look at this, your closed length is going to be just over 4¼ inches. They actually say it's 4.3, okay? So it is a little bit longer of a knife. Not a big deal. When I carry this one, it's very windy. I apologize, you guys. When I carry this one, I do have to carry this one diagonally in my pocket, and I need to have just a jean pocket to show you guys what I'm talking about. But I do have to put it in my pocket and carry it a little bit diagonally because, again, women's pockets are not deep at all whatsoever. So, but while in pocket, this is so comfortable because of how light it is. This knife,
pause for a second?
It is pretty windy. Let me pause it. We're like gusting. Hold on a second, you guys. Okay, I screwed up. The wind died down. I pressed stop. You guys don't know it, but I just threw a little fit. I'm gonna actually put these two videos together. So what I was saying is this knife is only 1.6 ounces. That is absolutely freaking crazy, you guys. That is so cool. It is. It absolutely is. I'm going to do a size comparison. So I'm going to grab the Hogue Deca. So I'm kind of torn between what size I would call this. I would call this a medium, but because the handle is so thin, I would have to lean towards small. But when you open it, you can see, I mean, your overall length is 7 and almost 3/4 of an inch. It's almost 8 inches long. So that's where I just have to go back to a medium. But let's compare it. Here is the Hogue Deca, okay? So you can see it's basically the same. And here comes the wind again. I'm just going to finish this. You guys are going to have to deal with the wind. Whoops. It's basically the same size as the Hogue Deca. So you can see that there, okay? Then let's go ahead and move that up. Let's take a look at the full-size Iridium, Kershaw Iridium. Tiny bit smaller, not much. Again, I'm still kind of in this medium category. We're just going to keep moving these up. This is the CJRB Pyrite. And you can see I consider this to be smaller. And lastly, let's take a look at it next to our Ritter, which I consider to be a full-size or large knife. Hey, excuse me, Therapeutic Edge.
Yes, ma'am.
Be quiet down over there.
Okay.
Hush up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So anyways, you guys get the idea size-wise. Like I said, I have used it. I actually today, and I was looking at my nails. Don't look at my nails. I used it today. I was at the garden. So we have a garden, and we take our knives with us, and obviously, you know, we use them there. And today, this one was cutting hose. I cut some hose with it.
What, cut them hose?
I cut them hose. I cut some hose with it because we were splitting the hose. It had a leak. I was cutting some wire with it gently, and you can see it's didn't. You know, I didn't. There's no. It's okay. It's all right. I cut some hose with it, some wire with it. We cut some veggies. We had some string that we were using to string some things up, so we used it for that. I have used it at home in the garden. I have used it at work. I was actually cutting something out at work, and it was kind of like a stencil, so I used it almost like an X-Acto knife, because believe me, this thing is as sharp as an X-Acto knife. It is nuts. I If you guys, and it's a little over $250.
Can you write it down?
I did not write it down. I do not remember what it was.
$2.95.
$2.95. Okay. Is this knife worth it? To me, yes, absolutely. To find something that is lightweight, that is durable, that is sharp as shit. I mean, it's scalpel sharp. It is super comfortable in hand. I absolutely love it. This is actually a therapeutic edge if you want to stick your big hands in here and show them. So that's, you know, in my hand, small, fits really well. In a large hand,
Still fits.
Still fits great. This is an all-around fantastic knife. I love the manufacturing, how they manufactured it. I love everything about it. I love that they did the ISO grid because that is what is taking your weight away on it. The fit and finish is absolutely fantastic. It came well centered, which is not always common, right? You can get a lot of knives that are off to one side. This is not. This is right down to the center. Fantastic. Like I said, the pocket clip is insane. It's really, really good.
Oddly enough, I feel like you like it.
I really can't say enough about this knife. It has been, like I said, lately it has been in my favorite. It's been in my pocket the most. I do need to go home and clean it because it is a little, it's a little gardenized right now. But if you guys are looking for this knife, I will leave a link down in the description if you would like to take a look at it. I highly suggest you do. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth the money? Absolutely. Definitely one that you need to check out. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I need to go somewhere else where it's not quite as windy. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down there in the comments section. I'd love for you to be a subscriber if you're not. And don't forget to ring that bell so that you know anytime I drop a new video, which is going to be a lot more often now. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me.